Hey friends, I'm Mel. Welcome to another episode of my Semi-Homemade Meal series. This is my nod to the old Sandra Lee Semi-Homemade Cooking show that used to be on the Food Network. Sandra was a genius at taking a little help from grocery store convenience items and turning them into something amazing. I loved that show, and that idea has stuck with me. I've been using it for years to make cooking easier, faster, and just as delicious. In today's video, I'm sharing some more semi-homemade recipes that are perfect for busy weeknights. Big flavors, minimal effort, and plenty of shortcuts to make your life easier. It's my favorite night of the week, which is that night of the week where we just grab all the little bits and bobs of stuff that's left over in the fridge and freezer. We're going to make dinner out of it. I have some oil heating in the skillet right over here, but I'm going to start here with some refried beans. I plan on putting these inside of some wraps, but people can also just eat them as a side dish as they want, if they want to too. I think that refried beans are great just like they are, but I do like to doctor them up a little bit. I'm just putting in some sour cream. Also like to throw in just a little handful of cheese. I'm just using some cheddar. A lot of times I'll just use some taco sauce like you would put on a taco. But tonight I don't have any open, so I'm just going to use a little bit of ground cumin and just a little bit of chili powder. Just give them an extra little something. We will get all this stirred in together and just let this come up to, a little warmth here and get everything all incorporated. Over here I heated up just a little bit of olive oil. I'm putting in some frozen chopped green peppers, and I'm also going to put in some frozen diced onions. These are handy little helpers that I just love to have on hand, both of them in my freezer for nights like tonight. And we're just kind of eating off leftovers and eating off what we have. We've always got plenty. I mean, the way that I keep my pantry and my freezer, we've always got something that we can pull out and do something with. We're just going to let this just kind of soften up here. And while that's going on, I'm going to take this 90-second microwave rice. This is microwavable brown rice. I actually bought this a while back to go with the chicken dish for Patrick, and I didn't end up making it. So I'm going to put it in these tonight for him. Now that we've got these pretty softened, I'm going to put in probably a tablespoonful of minced garlic. Just let it saute about a minute or so. I'm going to put just a little bit more olive oil in there. And then I have this rotisserie pulled chicken. This is probably about half a pound, half of this package left. And I'm just going to dump it in there. If we got any big pieces, I'm going to break them up a little bit. It smells delicious. I'm going to take the same things I did to our refried beans, which is some ground cumin. I'm not measuring tonight. We're just sprinkling a little bit of chili powder. These are the kind of meals that I love to make. Just get in here and, see what you can come up with. You can use any kind of seasonings that you want. You can use any veggies you want. Any chicken, pork, beef. Just no meat. Use whatever you want. I'm also going to put some smoked paprika in here. Seasonings go a long way with leftovers or when you're just kind of cooking out of what you have and make a big difference. Got another small skillet here. Got some oil heating up in it because I like to fry these. You can put them all on a baking sheet and bake them, but I like to fry them. Got some flour tortillas here. These are the soft taco size. Just knocked the chill off of them in the microwave. Gonna start right here with just a little bit of refried beans down. You guys know I'm not going to touch this rice, but I'm going to put a heaping handful on here for Patrick. He loves these little ricey, what are they called, Patrick? Those things you get at Taco Bell. Chicken, rice, and bean taco? Burrito. I don't know what it's called. Then I'm going to put him a little bit of the chicken mixture. Whoops, I dropped it off to the side. That's all right. Get right back up here on top. I have a feeling I'm getting too much. I'm going to put a little cheddar cheese Dad, you want a little pepper jack in yours? Now I'm just going to try my very best to fold this up. I am the worst at this. Just stuff them way too full. See what I can get going here. It's going to be coming out the sides. Now I'm going to take it and put it right in this hot, hot oil. I'm going to let it get nice and brown on one side, then we'll flip it over and do the other side. This is a weird shot, but I got to show you this thing right here to open jars. But you just slide it right back in here, and then it catches the lid, and you turn it to the right. That is opposite. I always want to go left, but it pops the lids right off. Let me show you up underneath here. This is what it looks like. It has little saw teeth over here that are super sharp. You can fit a large jar way down to a little jar. You just slide it in and it'll grab it. I bought all the ladies in my life one of these at Christmas, and I didn't get myself one. So here recently, I got myself one, and I'm loving it. These might not look that impressive. They might be downright scary looking to you, but they were absolutely delicious. They were flavorful, full of all of the Tex-Mex flavors, which I love. Just a little bit of spicy, not a whole lot, but a lot of just warm, deep flavors. I loved this just the way it was. I would have liked some black beans in here maybe, but the refried beans were absolutely delicious in it as well. I made a little taco salad on the side of mine. I just took some tortilla chips, put some lettuce up there, refried beans, salsa, a little sour cream and cheese, and this meal just couldn't be beat. I swear, taking little bits of nothing and making something is my favorite thing in the world to do. These are the best meals of the week, in my opinion. Tonight, I'm going to make some super easy fish tacos. What really makes them great is this little fish taco sauce that we're going to mix up first. Start with 1/3 cup of sour cream. You could definitely use Greek yogurt in its place. To be honest with you, I've never liked the results when I've tried to replace sour cream or mayonnaise with Greek yogurt. I just don't think it tastes as good. Going to add in 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. I'm actually using parsley because I bought parsley this week and it was a huge bunch. Waste not, want not. They're kind of cousins. Parsley's a little more herby while cilantro's more fresh and citrusy tasting, but I've used them interchangeably before and this will be fine for me. About a tablespoon of milk or light cream. I actually have some heavy whipping cream, so I'm just going to throw that in today. We're going to use 1 lime. And if you will roll it under your palm, it tends to break it up and you get a lot more juice out of it. We're going to zest it and save about 1/2 teaspoon of the zest, and we're going to need a tablespoon of its juice. We're going to season this with a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. Feel free to throw in some Cajun seasoning or some cayenne pepper if you like a little kick and heat, and just salt and pepper it to your taste. When I said these were going to be easy, I wasn't lying, friends. I'm letting Gordon do all the heavy lifting. I'm just using these crunchy fish sticks. I'm going to spray them with a little bit of avocado oil, cook them up in the air fryer. And I'm just going by the directions on the bag, which is 400 degrees for 7 to 9 minutes. And of course, I'll flip mine halfway through and spray the other side so they'll be nice and brown and crunchy. Of course, you can bougie this up with any kind of fish you want, or shrimp, whatever your heart desires, even chicken. I was just looking for something quick and easy for Friday night. And tacos are so much fun to customize. You can do Southwest with some fresh corn and beans and tomatoes in here. You can make it tropical with pineapple and mango. There's a little place locally here. They have the best fish tacos. It's the same fish that they serve in their fish dinner. It's just a very lightly breaded white fish, and I love that. I'm going classic with a little bit of red onion and tomato for mine. And it's not going to take much. It's just me and Patrick here tonight. I like to set my fish sticks off on a cutting board and just rough chop them into some smaller bite-sized pieces. I like to heat these little flour tortilla shells just a little bit in a skillet to make them warm and pliable. Put our tacos together. I really need to invest in some of those little taco stand holders. But for right now, this is how we do it. A little bit of fish in there. And I'm telling you guys, this sauce is what makes it. I like to put a little bit right here on top of my fish sticks. We'll put some more over the top when we're done. A little bit of tomato, pretty red onion, a little bit of that parsley for some freshness. I've always heard that you eat with your eyes first, and I believe that is the case here. This is so fresh and so delicious and just a pretty presentation. I'm loving the little street taco size shells for all my tacos now. I got the pretty picture, so now I can cover it up a little bit more with some sauce. Guys, look how yummy this is. What a big bite here. I love it. I love it. Love it. And it's the sauce. Guys, you could use this as a salad dressing. Delicious on roasted vegetables. Heck, it's good on mashed potatoes. It's good on everything. The creative. This was a quick, easy cheater fish taco. Super delicious. I don't know about you guys, but I love the flavors that's in the Marry Me chicken. And it's really not a hard recipe, but there's sometimes you just want it quick and easy with absolutely no work. And this is the way to do it. I found this on Instagram. This is an easy, lazy girls Marry Me chicken. I'm going to start out with just a bag of your favorite chicken tenders and heat them up however you like to do it. Bake them in the oven, air fryer, whatever you prefer. I'm going to bake up this entire 20-ounce bag and we'll see if I use it all. Today, I'm going to use my fancy new pan. Looks like it's very non-stickish. Got this at Aldi. I believe it was $24.99. I can't remember what they called it, but you know, this is supposed to be a dupe of a pan that looks just like this. Y'all know what I'm talking about. While our chicken's cooking, we're going to take a 15-ounce jar of Alfredo sauce. Get that warming up on sort of low heat. I'm also going to take some heavy cream and fill this jar about halfway up. And that's about what I had left in that container. So that worked out real good. I'm just going to shake this up really good. And then we're going to pour that right into this saucepan. Then I'm going to use this little 6.7-ounce jar of Rosso pesto. That means red. But if you look at the ingredients, it's sun-dried tomatoes and all that kind of stuff. You can even see it's a little oily, like sun-dried tomatoes. This is my first time using this pesto. If you've been here a little while, you know I've kind of got into the pestos, the green ones, the basil ones. I've been enjoying them. And I just wanted to say again, I checked the ingredients on this pesto and it still said cashews. So if you have any nut allergies, just be sure and check your pestos. I'm sure there are some you can find out there that don't have the nuts in them. One of my daughters has a food allergy, so sometimes I'll mention that. So I would never want anybody just to see something I'm cooking and think it's safe if you have a nut allergy, just because I cook like that sometimes. So always check those labels. Now that my sauce is heating up, I'm going to add in this bag of family size 5-cheese tortellini. This is 20 ounces, and this is the Reina. I have been looking and looking for this. Every time I try to get this on a grocery order, it's always out of stock. I've been in different stores looking for it and couldn't find it. I finally found this at Food City down their pasta aisle. They have a little refrigerator right in the pasta aisle, and that's where they keep this. And you do have to keep this refrigerated. It's not dried. It's like fresh. So you got to keep it in the refrigerator when you get it home. But all the cool kids brag on it, and I couldn't wait to try it. Gonna put my lid on here, and we're just gonna let this cook about 4 minutes. And I did want to show you this little bit of tortellini I have left too. This Good and Gather, that's what they carry at Target. This was about 17.5 ounces, and this was very, very good. And this is dried. It's, you know, it's hard, but it does have cheese stuffed in it. And I had a little bit of that bag left. I've just been waiting to use it up. And this was great. And you can see this has a little bit longer shelf life. I've had this bag for a good while now. And you have to cook it just a little bit longer too. While my tortellini is cooking up, I'm just going to chunk these tenders into bite-sized pieces. My tortellini is all cooked up, nice and puffy and beautifully. So let's take our chicken tenders and stir them right into this mixture. I did go ahead and cut the heat off. We're just wanting to coat everything with this sauce. Seems like a lot of sauce when you start, but it thickens up, and then when you stir in this chicken, you want it to have plenty enough to coat it all. My new skillet worked really good. It took me a minute to sort of get it heated up and get a feel for the temperature, and the high sides make it great for a dish like this, a one skillet dish, where you're stirring a lot of stuff. And the lid was so very nice. This was absolutely a delicious, quick and easy version of Marry Me chicken. This is one of those recipes that I'm now going to keep the ingredients on hand for all the time. The Reina pasta was really, really good, and I think this would be great made with the dry cheese-filled tortellini that I had also. It would just take just a little bit longer and maybe one more step. If you're a fan of the original, you're going to love this easy Marry Me chicken and that new skillet cleaned up beautifully. You know it's going to be a good day when I have all the bags of all the ingredients laying out here on the stove. Today, we're going to make us some skillet tortilla pizzas. Got just enough butter in my skillet to coat the bottom of this pan, and I've got it on about medium heat, laying down a soft taco size flour tortilla. Gonna top it with just a little bit of pizza sauce, some mozzarella cheese. Want to spread it out kind of thin and evenly because this is going to be a thin and crispy pizza. I'm using pepperonis because that's what I've got. You can use sausage, use up all your leftover veggies, anything like that you just want to get rid of, onions, peppers, olives, whatever. Also had just a little handful of Parmesan cheese left, so I thought we'd go over the top with that today. And of course, sprinkle some Italian seasoning on the top. I can hear the bottom sizzling, but I'm going to put a lid on this so everything can get nice and melted. You have to work fast on these. When you see it bubbling around the edges, you know it's nice and done, and they take no time in the skillet. You just want to be sure and wipe out your pan in between each one because the butter, you know how it does, it'll get like extra brown on you. But look how brown and crispy. This is just a perfect, quick and easy little snow day treat, or maybe fourth meal, as Taco Bell calls it. Quick, easy, not too heavy, and super delicious. And look, that cheese stretch, so good. I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. If you want more semi-homemade meals, you can watch the video I've got on the screen for you. I'll see you there, friends. Till then, I send you love from my kitchen.